Thank you to all the panelists. My name is Evan Katz from Manhattan. I've always been against the death penalty for the reasons we've discussed. There's a debate now going on whether this country and the Supreme Court should look to other countries at all, somewhat, or a lot regarding what they are doing. And I've got a question for all the panelists, but especially those against the motion. It seems that most of the rest of the world is going against the death penalty, especially developed nations. And if you look at who's for it and who's against it abroad, the US is much more aligned, vastly more aligned with the countries that have abolished the death penalty. Could the panelists discuss what's going on abroad, and especially the panel against the motion, please?
Only to the degree that this can be relevant to whether we should abolish here, and I'm not sure that it is. Does anybody feel that what's happening abroad is relevant to what we do here?
I can do.
Yeah. Do you? Yeah. Diane, why don't you take it?
Well, I would say, most of our allies who are committed to the advancement of human rights and civil rights really are looking to the United States to abolish the death penalty because we do have a reputation for leading in these areas. And so I think that in addition to the good that it would do for us to get rid of the death penalty, we could actually make a larger contribution to the broader struggle that many in other countries that you mentioned are fighting. We have a trial. There are people who are sentenced to death without the kind of trial and protections that we have. There are people who are sentenced to death who don't know when they're going to be executed. The guard comes from those kinds of situations can't really be addressed as long as the United States can be pointed to as still having it. So there's a very important benefit for us to abolish death penalty because we can advance human rights in other places where we could all agree that human rights need to be advanced.
We haven't heard from Kent in a few minutes, so I'd like to Kent take that.
My short answer is no. I think the United States can and should decide this issue for itself. I think it's entitled to decide this issue for itself. As far as examples to other countries, I think we can serve as an example to those countries that don't want to abolish the death penalty that, yes, you can have the death penalty consistently with human rights. We can do that.
Robert Blecker, if you can be brief on this one, because
sure. You hear follow Europe's lead. Let's talk about Europe's lead. Anders Breivik in Norway set off a bomb outside the Parliament building in Oslo, killing 8, then went to an island and killed 69 youths. You know what his sentence was? 21 years in prison, the maximum that Norway has. But lest you think they're treating him too well, he's right now on a hunger strike. Why is he on a hunger strike inside prison? Because they're not giving him PlayStation 3.
Okay.
They're only giving him... Europe has abolished life without parole. Do you know that? If we follow Europe's lead, we abolish life without parole. Not only have they abolished the death penalty, you don't read that in the Times.
Right down in front, please.